Think of a Canada at a turning point. A country where millions of families are quietly fighting, kids attend school without food, and the future is in doubt. But today, that narrative starts to shift. This moment demands more than short-term fixes. Canadians understand that we need long-term solutions that actually make life better.
Because this moment demands more than short-term fixes. Canadians understand that. You need to look at long-term solutions.
Stop and consider what type of government doesn't merely respond, but imagines decades into the future. This is not normal leadership. This is the audacious promise of change. A vision for an economy and society that works for all. And the vision does not end there. The energy of this plan seeps into every sector, from clean energy to AI, advanced manufacturing, and critical minerals. It also requires ambition. We need to build the economy of tomorrow, from clean energy and critical minerals to advanced manufacturing and AI.
We need to make life more affordable today while we're building the economy of tomorrow. By growing the industries of the future from clean energy and critical minerals to advanced manufacturing and AI.
Imagine the possibilities. Towns revitalized by technology. New industries offering hope to young Canadians, and a nation finally prepared to compete on a global stage. But the question lingers, can ambition alone overcome the challenges ahead? Can a government truly reshape an entire country's trajectory? Stay with me, because what's coming next could change everything. It's not just dreams on paper. It's real impact in the lives of everyday Canadians. The government promises to cut waste and redirect resources where they matter most. We'll spend less on government operations and reduce waste so Canadians can invest more in their businesses and their future.
We will spend less on government operations and reduce waste, so Canadians can invest more in their businesses, more in their fellow workers, more in nation-building projects and infrastructure that will build a brighter future for all.
Consider the possibilities. More dollars in the pockets of families. More investments in businesses, more resources for communities to grow. But here is the conflict. Bureaucracy is intricate, systems are delicate, and the stakes are massive. Every decision counts. Every delay, every misstep could cascade into the lives of millions. And then there is the human narrative that touches the heart. Kids, tens of thousands of kids, hungry, their future and education threatened by forces beyond their control. But now there's a lifeline. No child should be sent to school hungry or spend a school day wondering where their next meal will be.
The second initiative to bring down costs is to make the National School Food Program permanent. This is Canada. No child should go to school hungry or sit in a classroom all day wondering where their next meal will come from.
Imagine the relief, the dignity restored, the lives forever changed. This is not charity. This is a commitment to justice, to fairness, to making sure that the most vulnerable are no longer invisible. And as the story goes, you see, this is the kind of measure that could capture a generation. But Canada's challenges are not contained within borders. Global tensions, trade wars, and economic instability cast shadows over every Canadian household. But here too, a message of hope emerges. The trade war showed us the limits of our independence, but Canada is prepared to lead, united, generous, and ambitious.
You know, the trade war has revealed the limits to our economic independence. Limits. The events of this past year have reminded us that Canada is the greatest country on earth. And they have revealed a nation that's more united, generous, innovative, and ambitious.
It is a country telling the world that it will no longer be inactive, that it will take command of its future, defend its people, and prosper in the face of foreign pressure. But what remains to be seen is how these lofty ideals will become concrete achievements. Will the promises be kept, or will opposition, red tape, and unexpected complications water down their effect? And that's where your focus gets woven into the narrative. You see each day the stakes, the tensions, the human stakes of these choices. Each new announcement, each rollout of a program is a beat in the rhythm of Canada's future. The stakes are high, the ambition is bold, and the result is unknown. But what is certain is this: the future is being written today, and Canadians are given the opportunity to see history unfold in the moment. Canada sits at a crossroads. The choices today will have resonance beyond generations, defining lives, possibilities, and what it means to be a part of this country. Envision the quiet bravery of waiting families, the children whose lives are in the hands of decision-makers, and the communities that long for stability and respect. Each policy, each initiative, is not just a plan, it is a promise. Promises, when they are broken, scar. When they are kept, they remake a nation. The air is heavy with hope. Questions linger. Will the promises of this new administration find their way to those who most need them? Will the systems put in place to help lift the vulnerable take effect? And for each doubter, each critic, there are millions of anecdotes of hope pinned on the result. This is a moment of high stakes, where the machinery of government intersects the heartbeat of the people. Think about the force of programs that alter lives quietly, deeply. Behind every statistic is a family in silence waiting for help, a child silently hoping for food, a young person dreaming for opportunity. The road ahead is not easy. It requires accuracy, vision, and tireless dedication. The clock is ticking, and the stakes have never been higher. Every step taken, every choice made, will be under a microscope. The promise of automation and social returns, the irreversible embedding of school nutrition, the cultural acceptance of programs that bind Canadians to their own nation, these are not simply policies. They are tests of will, capability, and heart. Can a government deliver with dignity, equity, and effectiveness? Can it translate rhetoric into reality and systems into tales of transformation? And the sense of tension increases. For those who believe in a future in which institutions do more than frustrate, the coming months will test the mettle of leadership. The stakes are immense, but so are the chances. Families, communities, and the very heart of Canada await to determine if these aspirations are to become a reality or again a fleeting dream. Every moment matters. Every decision resonates. And while the critics argue, the public awaits, hoping, fearing, and wishing for change. The next story of Canada is in the making today, and what transpires will write not only policy, but the very hope of a nation that has the courage to dream of a better, greater, more just tomorrow. The hour of reckoning is at hand. The policies, the promises, the master plans, they are no longer theory. They are about to reach tangible lives, to define Canada's destiny for generations. Imagine the families patiently waiting for assistance, the children whose learning and sustenance hang in the balance of these choices, the communities silently holding their breath. Whatever they do next will resound long past Ottawa. It will ripple through cities, towns, and hearts throughout this great nation. This is not just government action, but a test of vision, of will, of whether leadership can close the gap between possibility and reality. All systems, all programs, all initiatives are under scrutiny not by politicians, but by the people whose lives will be forever altered. The stakes are as high as they get. Will automation yield dignity and fairness? Will permanent programs bring security and hope? Will Canadians notice in the quiet moments of their ordinary days? And yet one would think so. Because when policies are implemented with care, when intentions are matched with capability, remarkable results follow. A kid sits in a classroom, fed and eager to learn. A parent is helped without getting lost in endless red tape. Families discover the charm and heritage of Canada, experiencing a sense of connection to their country that they never imagined. These are the small wonders of good government, the silent victories that add up to historic change. But caution is needed. This is the time to listen, to demand accountability from leaders, to give a megaphone to the voices of those who gain, and to make sure promises are kept. Each triumph will have to be defended, each weakness overcome, and each chance utilized. It is your time to watch history happen, to observe a country work not only for its survival, but for its excellence, equality, and harmony. So think, interact, and take action. Pass on these tales. Comment, debate, and bring into the spotlight what does work and what doesn't. Join the debate. Subscribe, stay updated, and be a part of it. Because Canada's future is being written today, and every decision, every vote, every second matters. Don't just observe history. Help write it.